Hey there, what's up? My name is Portia Maphumulo and I am your guest presenter on this week's episode of Radio Meets TV. On this episode, what you can expect is some conversation on AI. It is the taxi strike in Cape Town and you might just see some women crashing on each other. That and more on this week's episode. Be sure to tune in. Welcome back to our weekly radio recap show where we take a look at some of the best moments from the past week on radio. My name is Portia Maphumulo. I am a radio presenter, an actress, and many other wonderful things. But right now, I am your guest host for this week's episode on the Radio Meets TV. It is #RMT Podcast. Now, whether you're interested in music, news, or you're just looking for a good laugh, there is always something interesting happening around radio. And on this week was no exception, as we had some amazing guests on different radio stations and shows. Well, one of the most exciting interviews we heard was on Radio 2000. I say exciting because there is this stigma that women just hate women. Okay, watch this next clip to see what I'm talking about.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
We're good. How are you?
Hello. Good. I want to talk to Tamara.
Go ahead, talk to Tamara.
Hi, darling.
Hi, Tamara. I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you, Angel.
My name is DJ Zija, and I would like to share a song with you.
Dave!
How are you?
How are you, my angel?
I am good.
Oh my gosh, I miss you. I just see you
I
out there
know.
just blazing and listen, looking so fabulous as always. You
Hi.
are just such a style icon, my angel.
This is your interview.
When are we doing another song, girl?
Listen,
Hey.
I was never big on see, I didn't say hi to everyone else in the studio. Hi, guys.
Hi, Zinke.
It is the Queensy. It's the Queensy.
I was never big on English songs, and if you look at my catalog of music, I don't really have a lot of English songs.
Yes.
And Tamara today broke me out of my comfort zone and gave me one of my favorite songs, which
Wonderful.
till today is one of the most celebrated songs in my catalog. So, Tamara, you are absolutely amazing. I don't know why they told me, but it is now an opportunity to tell you that you are
I'm
amazing.
so excited.
Talented.
Thank you. I love
such
you.
an honor
And
to work with
I'm
you.
so honored to have worked with you. We had the best time. I just love your energy, and love your passion and your dedication towards your craft. You're an icon, my Ange. And
How old is Colors now? Thank you, Mama.
babe, I think we actually dropped it at the end of 2016, but it only blew up at the end of 2017. So, I'm not really
Wait,
good with maths.
how old is it up to now?
6 years or so?
So how exciting was that? It is on the Drive Connection on Radio 2000, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. That was a beautiful and exciting interview to watch. And not only because it's Women's Month, but because women uplifting other women is a beautiful thing to watch. Let's move on to the next clip from a Power Breakfast, where on Trending Topics this week, Level was actually talking about taxi strikes in Cape Town. Let's have a look.
Unhinged, but the taxi strike has been trending, TT. Tensions have been escalating in the city of Cape Town between the city and the taxi industry. And what's shocking, it looks like the taxi industry is just losing this fight. Here in South Africa, we're used to government just succumbing and eventually capitulating to whatever demands that the taxi industry is actually making. And it goes to show that in the city of Cape Town, if you try some funny things, they'll show you your mother there. I mean, they are called the mother city. I was seeing some of those taxi drivers, I was like, shame, man, guys. Is this what you guys have to battle through in that other country that's in the Western Cape? But yeah, so some taxis have been impounded, and Santalco has released a statement saying that they are pulling their operations from all the regions, I think, in the Western Cape. And there was just it was just so sad to see some people walking from the city. Imagine walking from the city to Khayelitsha, literally moving from Fofoma's Sun to Fofoma's Sun. Guys, that's far. That's like far, guys.
It is a very long walk.
It's a very long walk. I don't even think Nelly M went and did that walk.
No.
And he walked a very long walk to freedom. Yeah, man, but this thing is just going to be very inconvenient. And I'm hoping that Premier Allen just understands, like, and he at least gets a bit of wind as to how inconvenient this thing is going to be for the people. Yeah.
Or you find out that taxis are boss, actually.
Yeah, because hey, walking from Khayelitsha to the city is just taxing.
All right, and that was on Power Breakfast. It is 6 to 9 a.m. on Power FM on weekdays. We really hope that this taxi strike in Cape Town actually end and they do not get to spread across the country, because we do not want to see a repeat of the unrest that happened in KZN and in Joburg. Moving right along, we go on the Good Vibes with DJ Ready D on Good Hope FM, where they were talking all things AI. Now, do we have any reasons to be scared? Let's check out the clip.
Autonomous vehicles, are we ready for it in Africa, in South Africa? And let's bring it back home in Cape Town City. Do you think there's a place for it?
Absolutely. I think when we talk about autonomous vehicles, I'm sure the first image that comes into everyone's head is either Elon Musk or Tesla.
Correct.
And then the next assumption is, full autonomy. It's the cars are driving themselves and there's no one at the steering wheel. Whereas I look at from the perspective of there's different levels of autonomy. And I like to talk about semi-autonomy as a function or a technology that we can implement today to solve different problems like safety on the road, for example. Yeah. Is it here? It is.
Wow. Okay.
It is. When a car or some of the cars we have on the road, the more advanced BMWs or whatnot, even a Lexus model can self-park. That is a form of autonomy.
Yes. And I remember driving a vehicle once. I straddled the lanes and the steering started to shake. Is that AI? Mm-hmm. Is that somewhere within the realms of AI as well?
To some extent, absolutely, because it means that car could have been tweaked or had a feature probably that used LiDAR sensors that were able to tell if you're rearing off the road, and then for your safety, put you back in the correct lane, or maybe make a rigidness to the steering wheel, or make an alarm or something. So those are the areas that I like to look at as we're super ready for them right now, and there's several use cases for it. Look at things like long distance buses. How many times do we hear about drivers on long distance buses having accidents from falling asleep, fatigue? Could be anything. And then how many times have we heard about accidents where someone is maybe using their phone or they're intoxicated, and all those can be avoided using semi-autonomy as a standard feature in either public modes of transport or just basic transport for everyone.
And that is on Good Hope FM. It is the Good Vibes with DJ Ready D, weekdays 12 to 3. Speaking all things AI, but are we ready as a country to actually have e-moto that drive themselves? With all the potholes, with all the crime, with all the bridges that are not finished, with all the taxi drivers, with the, oh my God, the list is long, but are we ready? Let's move right along to Lesedi FM, where there was an interview with Maphumulo and her hit single, which has broken records. Let's hear what they have to say.
It's of life as a prayer, wishing for a better life, especially from Intombazane Kamuga, Emakaya, a very disadvantaged area. So I had no idea at some point I'd find myself singing the song Gigraduator or reaping the fruits of my hard work. So ngibonile ukuthi lo music engubhalayo is not just for fun, but ama results awayabonakala ekugcineni. And also seeing izinto zenzeka in my life, it gives everyone hope ukuthi nakubona when they listen to my music, things will happen.
Dipina tsa hao ke batla ntlhengena ya ho bua ka tshepo. Dipina tsa hao boholo ba tsona o bua ka hope, o khuluma ngayo I hope. Hona le mo o thandolonye o reng le mo ho snang mokoko letsatsi le ya tshaba la kungena qude khona kuyasa.
Uguti, let's be there for each other. Your path might be light right now, mine might be dark, but do not let me stay in darkness.
Oh, and that looked more like a prayer than a song. I love how Maphumulo expressed herself on this one. I love how she really went into detail with what she meant on Soft Life. And that is exactly what the song Soft Life means to us, because that is what we want. I mean, who doesn't want Soft Life? That is on the afternoon drive on Lesedi FM. Catch them every Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. And we're moving right along to the Hot Breakfast, where they had an interview with Canadian Hall of Fame inductee Deborah Cox.
We are Heart FM, Cape Town's beat.
All right, it's 13 after 8 o'clock. It's Hot Breakfast Cape Town gearing up for a massive concert in the mother city. That happening tomorrow on stage. Music Soul Child and Miss Deborah Cox is in studio. Very good morning.
Hello.
Welcome back to Cape Town, lady.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
How did you get here? Where's the year? What is that?
How did you get here? Okay, first of all, the title is, now you all know the title of the song is Nobody's Supposed to Be Here.
Yes.
Okay. Listen, I don't know. I think it's whatever the interpretation is of the song, whatever it means to you is what it is. I can't change that. It is whatever it is to you.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
How did I answer that question?
Very diplomatically. Well done, lady. To be able to say you sang backup for Celine, you recorded with Whitney. I mean, these, it doesn't get bigger than that.
I know,
really.
right?
But I mean, are there any people you've sort of earmarked, any musicians you might have worked with in the past where you're saying, actually, you know what, given a chance, I'd like to do a collab with this, or I'd like to record with this one?
Sure. I mean, I've been listening to a lot of Afro beats lately. Not lately, I'd say probably over the past 2-3 years. Sonel Musician is somebody that I really would love to collaborate with. I love, all different styles of music. I've always loved like artists like Gladys Knight, real classic voices, Shaka. And then, artists, new artists like her or Jasmine Sullivan or, I don't know. It depends.
What about John Legend?
Oh, I love John Legend. Yes, absolutely.
She was also a huge fan.
I'm a huge fan as well.
Might I suggest somebody you can record with? Yeah. How about John Legend?
Yes, John Legend would be amazing as well. He wrote a song on my the Promise album. He wrote the title cut, a song called The Promise. And he wrote and produced that song. So
wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if we've got that one.
John's been here a few times.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are Heart FM, Cape Town's beat.
And that was such a beautiful interview, man. Everybody who went to the concert cannot stop talking about it. And also, Deborah herself is speaking about how much she really enjoyed her time here in South Africa. And now we're crossing over to New York on Z100 on the morning show, where they actually spoke about how Lizzo released a statement after being called out by her dancers for allegedly being abusive to them. Now, who would have thought that Lizzo would be involved in body shaming?
We're waiting for Lizzo to put out a statement. She finally has. She says that the last few days have been very difficult. She says that she normally wouldn't even comment on something like this, but obviously she has to. These sensationalized stories come from former employees who were already publicly admitting that they were told their behavior on tour was inappropriate and unprofessional. Oh, wow. And she says, I would never criticize or terminate an employee because of their weight. She says, I'm not here to be looked at as a victim, but I also know that I am not the villain and that people and the media have made me look like this for the past few days. I'm very open to my sexuality and expressing myself, but I cannot accept or allow people to use that openness to make me out to be something that I am not. And she also says, I am hurt, but I will not let the good work I've done in the world be overshadowed by this. And she also wanted to thank everyone who's reached out in support to lift her up during the difficult time. That's kind of it in a nutshell, because it's a lot.
If any of these allegations against Lizzo are true, it will be really disappointing. But look out for that and more from the Z100 New York. And you can catch them on the iHeartRadio app. Moving over to the last clip from Gagasi FM on The Uprising. It is a touching moment from a caller who completely broke down while talking about getting over isimo esinzima empilweni yakhe. Let's have a look.
Someone anonymous.
Hi, mina Sunjani.
Siyaphila sisunjani.
Ngiyaphila guys. Ngikho right. Hayi kancane. Ebusuku mangilala ngikhala. Yo, I know ukuthi kona ukungishiya kwakhe kuzoba right ngesikhathi, but for now ngiba ukuthi ngenzeni uNkulunkulu ngenzeni to deserve this. Why ubungifake kule situation mawazi ukuthi ngizozithunga.
You did nothing wrong. Don't punish yourself over into enzi omunye umuntu. I just want to say this to you, that such things sometimes such pain sometimes is necessary. But in a storm, it doesn't rain forever. And may the flowers always remind you why the rain was necessary. At the end of the storm, because the storm fertilizes the earth and allows for new flowers to grow. A new flower will grow. Take it all in. Remember every single emotion you went through because of this hurt.
Baba uNkulunkulu somandla siza kuwe namhlanje. Nangu anonymous wena umazi ngegama. You know every single pain she's going through. We say, God, heal her, my God. My God.
That's for my son.
We say, God, heal her. We speak healing. We speak love upon her life.
Oh my God, this is the pain I'm going through for the rest of my life.
One day you're big move. Abonge wena Nkosi ukuthi konke sekudlulile. Siyabonga.
Amen. Find your strength. Find your strength, sweetheart. Find your strength.
Ngiyabonga, guys. Thank you a lot.
That had to be the most emotional clip of this episode. And that was The Uprising with Phoenix and Mini. Catch them weekdays 6 to 9 a.m. on Gagasi FM. And there is nothing better than turning up the radio and singing along to your favorite songs or getting those chills from an interview or a poem. Overall, it was another incredible week in radio, and we can't wait to see what's in store for the next week. And if you're a fan of radio or just looking for something new to listen to, make sure you tune in and catch all the great moments again next week. Follow us on all socials. It is at Finally Famous SA. Like and subscribe on YouTube. And we are Finally Famous TV. And we are also available on all major streaming platforms. That's Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, and more. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on the Radio Meets TV show.